Penises.
there
to
we
do
go.
it.
We have
Had
to,
to do
all
it.
right,
Had
take
to do
two.
it.
Take two, everyone.
All
Please.
right. It's all right. All right.
No,
You
I'm
like
leaving
the,
that in.
That's where they belong.
It's like the clapper at the start of a film.
Yeah.
That's how you know where to start syncing the audio up.
I thought you said not clapper, but anyways, yeah.
Yeah, I know what you thought I said.
Yeah. All right.
So for those of you who missed the game, who wasn't? I think it was just Tasha last time who missed the game. I think everybody else was here. If anybody else did miss the game, you guys got the closest I've seen to a party getting TPK'd without actually getting TPK'd in probably 10 years.
And I remember it as being Kosjurkis valiantly and single-handedly killing a mind flayer to save the party.
That was pretty close to the truth, I think. Yeah.
No, the luck had a lot to do with it.
Luck and also spirit helped.
Yeah.
You
I
and I
live for
remember
one
things very
game.
differently. But
I remember it like Kosjurkis remembers it.
Yep.
that's fair enough.
If you look on your character sheet and click the tab that says inventory, if you have anything on your inventory that it has parentheses next to it that says stolen by Droki, you don't have that item, but I'm not going to remove it from your sheet.
Oh, I did.
You can. It'll be giving you the opportunity to potentially reclaim it. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. But for all intents and purposes, let's see, Ophelia's crown, Spirit's one dagger.
We're going to kill him, don't worry.
Roland's flaming mace, and Agile, I think, lost something too. Maybe not.
Nope.
I think you were being eaten by a mind flayer at the time, and nobody wanted to fuck with that shit.
Yeah, almost lost my brain, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, you were one turn away from a complete dead character.
Yep.
Well, I lost my queenship, so...
It's true, you stole your crown.
So now you're no longer Queen Ophelia. You're just a princess.
Yeah, there's a fucking peasant.
Just another dirt walker like the rest of us.
Well, with that being said, I will give you a quick recap, and we will dive back in. You right before you got on, Alex, I had said I'd let everybody know that we had Fantasy Grounds has updated their radio menu and a couple things from the DM side in preparation for a soon launch of Fantasy Grounds Unity, and just something to take a look at when you play around with it. So you guys got out of the Whirlstone tunnels with both information regarding the Darrow, the half human, half deep dwarven hybrid race living here in the Underdark. They're a second class group in Gracklestug. Their leaders, the Council of Savants, are apparently, you learn, the masterminds behind the Grey Ghost Guild stealing the egg, as well as a ritual that was being used to sow chaos, grow second heads by channeling the power of the demon lord, Demogorgon. And you relay that message directly to the Keepers of the Flame and gave them the egg, and didn't yet tell Thimberchild, the dragon, about any of it. You went to tell Erday Blackskull, the leader of the Stone Guard, the Gracklestug's equivalent of the secret police, about your missions. She was very concerned about the empty scabbard killers who you had previously made a non-aggression pact with, at least temporarily.
And then immediately broke.
And she asked you to go back down. After some negotiations where you guys demanded multiple items, she offered you 2,000 gold in total to kill them, and specifically the Mind Flayer, and return its head. So, The 2,000 gold will be yours, presuming. So we're going to start off this game. You guys are inside of the tunnels. You have defeated the Mind Flayer and the Mind Flayer's lieutenant. They ambushed you, and they did a pretty good job. During the fight, Droki, with his speed boots, did everything in his power to stay out of the fight and rob you blind, and when it looked like you were starting to turn the tide, he just ran away. Because,
Ugh.
when the going gets tough, you run away.
Apparently.
All right. So at the end of last game, one of you, I don't remember which one, said that they wanted to look at harvesting the Mind Flayer. After that, the rest of your mission was to bring the Mind Flayer's head back and bring any documents or proof of what the Mind Flayer was actually doing inside of the city and then underneath the city. It is worthwhile knowing that the situation in Gracklestug is pretty volatile, especially with the information that the Darrow were actively working against the city, which seemed to have some negative consequences. So that is something to be aware of as you go forward. So if you so desire to harvest said Mind Flayer, we can start with that. If you guys want to discuss it, you're more than welcome to do that. Harvesting a Mind Flayer is an Arcana check, if anybody's.
Looks like it's up to me.
Yeah, not me.
Is it possible that we could safely remove the head before we potentially destroy it in the harvesting?
Yes, you will recover the head without any check.
Okay. Okay.
Harvesting is
That
up
is
to
good.
you.
Try to take out the teeth, you just fucking mangle the whole thing.
Give me the beak. All right, yeah, I'll try to harvest it.
All right, you have 4 choices of things to attempt to harvest:
Oh boy.
the eyes, the
Mhm.
tentacles, the blood, or the brain.
So we're gonna give this like mangled head. All right, let's
Who wants
start with.
proof that it's dead? I
Yeah,
don't think.
that's true. Yeah. Well, we killed it. All right. Let's start with the eyes.
All right, you can do your Arcana roll. For your information, the difficulty is a 17.
Easy.
Oh.
Easy.
All right, give me a 1d2. If you don't know how to do that, it is right-click on the d6, and then click on Custom Dice, and you will have D0, 2, and 3.
That's cool.
Oh, nice. What? Wait, what is a D0?
That's a good question.
I'm gonna roll it and see what it happens. Oh, it's just a
Usually.
0. It just.
You just automatically get a 0.
I guess
That's
I'm not
the-
really surprised.
That's the hit dice and damage dice you use when you piss the DM off.
All right.
So I will stick these in the party sheet, and I will give you a short description to save you having to wander through there. Mind Flayer Eye, when consumed, as people often do, pop it in your mouth, gives you
Right.
dark vision for 1 hour out to a range of 120 feet.
Huh.
Next, you have the tentacles, blood, and brain matter. Same DC,
Mhm.
different roll.
All right. Let's try the tentacles. Oh no.
Yeah.
Completely fucked that.
It's
you
fine.
You cut them lengthwise.
Yeah.
Oh.
You
It's my
call
food.
the tentacles lengthwise.
All right. Let's get the brain out.
All right, let's do it.
Now the tentacles are out of the way. Ah.
Womp womp.
It's
And
just
lastly, not least, is the Mind Flayer blood.
Well, there's plenty of that around now, I imagine. So let's see what we get. Yeah.
And a D4, please.
Alrighty.
All right. So you got 3 vials and 1 eye. The blood, when consumed, as cannibalistic as this sounds, You have advantage on saving throws against spells and all magical effects. Essentially, you have magic resistance for 1 hour.
That's
Cool.
pretty
That's
good.
hella good, yeah.
Yeah, we can start using these before we go into fights.
Yeah.
It helps if you see the
Or
fight
during
coming, yeah.
fights.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, first turn of a fight even, yeah.
Yeah, I might
So-
we'll start dividing this up maybe when we get back to town.
That sounds like a plan.
Mm,
So, as for you guys, for the streamlinedness of game time, I assume, and you guys can correct me, that it was your intention to go to the Mind Flayer lair and take a look around. And I'm happy to allow you to do that, but it would probably save you a bit of time if I pull up the map and just show you what you find, since you've already massacred everybody that will be in
Sounds right. Sounds right.
Yep.
Sure, sure.
unless it isn't your intention, at which point.
no, I was thinking of
We're
going back.
we're going to get his shit. We're going in there. We're gonna get it all.
Yeah. None of them were carrying anything like of optimal importance either, were they?
Nothing that you could use. Most of their weapons were actually tied to the Mind Flayer, allowed the Mind Flayer to use his mind powers through them. Now that the Mind Flayer is dead, no.
Gotcha.
So here is the sheet for your enjoyment.
Oh no, it goes further down.
Or is that up?
Well, we'll
No.
figure that out.
So, taking a look around, I'm going to tell you everything you find, all the general information, and then I'm going to let you decide what to do with it. With the Mind Flayer dead, you find in this general area this little fungus patch to start with. In this area over here, the notes that Smoke got a good look at.
Yep.
And these are, let me move this down here. There is a fish skin a series of assassination contracts. And, pardon me, it is written in Undercommon with a little bit of Dwarven dialect. And it reads something along these lines. Faster this time, faster. I want to hear heads rolling by the time the ink dries from the tip of my quill, or veins bursting black with poison, or lungs filled with water, or faces melting in forges. I don't care how you do it, just do it faster. Thangus Ironhead, how dare he try to encroach on my family's business? Boil him in oil, and feed him to roaches. Wirt's Salt Baron, for those of you who don't recall that name, that would be the guy you saved from an assassination. He is just a merchant. Is that sniveling, squealing, writhing little rat, bind his feet and throw him off his beloved dock. Captain Blackskull, I've smelled treason on her since she was but a lass. She's always had an eye on my throne. She'll never get it, and and all she'll get is what's coming to her. Yes, that's what she'll get her. His arrogance, his rotundity, the pampered, the portly, the scheming red. Freeze the Wyrmsmith until his heart turns crystalline, then smash it to bits. And Lingric, I'm not going to try that last name, my gaseous ally. It is stamped with the royal seal of Gracklestug and signed Deep King Horgar Steel Shadow V. Beyond this, there are a series of names. Most of them have 1 to 2 adjective descriptions: commoner, ugly, poor, wretched, things like that. All of the assassination contracts are written on fish skin, like recently skinned the top one, but all of them look like they were not designed to service paper, probably why it was so hard to find the contracts. That's what you find there. Now, up in the top left is something a little more concerning than the king of Gracklestug ordering assassinations. The Mind Flayer's quarters up here you find a number of things that are concerning. Number one, in the western corner, is a 10-foot radius circular brine pool containing a roughly basketball for your measure, keg for your character's measure, brain. You're not exactly sure what it is. There are many, possibly fish, very small things swimming around it. There are also very many what appear to be egg sacs.
Oh.
How similar is this to the Baldur's Gate 3
I
trailer?
was just thinking that.
Believe it or not, this came out 2 or 3 years ago, but let's
Yeah,
go with
yeah.
very similar.
Oh,
Right,
good. I hate
right.
this so
It just so
much.
happened our characters just saw that video.
Yeah, we were just on Fantasy Internet and we're waiting for Fantasy Larian Studios to release the game.
I haven't shown Natasha that video, but I'm going to show her. I was intending to show her after the game.
Oh, that's mean.
It is. This is a. Yeah, I'm gonna be buying the heck out of that.
Oh, absolutely. Sorry to disrupt.
But it appears that you found an elder brain. It is not completely common knowledge, but it's common enough knowledge that mind flayer colonies are essentially established by the growth of an elder brain. Cytomorphosis, which is the manner in which mind flayers reproduce, does have to do with their children, their little eggs, but it's not common knowledge how. So that is what you guys find in here. There's some fungus over there if you wanted to play around with that, but you got let's say bigger problems to deal with. But at least you probably know now why they wouldn't just let you leave.
Anyone know how to destroy this?
Burn it!
Thing? That sounds good to me, but I don't know. Like,
I still have a spear. We could poke it with a stick until it stops moving.
just don't let any of the little the swimmy guys come near you. You know, like we don't want to. You know, 'cause that I don't know. I don't know what they do, but I assume they go in you. You know.
Tip him over!
No. Let's not do that. Yeah, you maybe we all step back and you burn it. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I'll just have like a fucking like attack ready too. Just like if one of them fucking jumps out or something, I'll try and shoot it with my crossbow. I don't know.
Okay. So, and it's in a tank, you say?
About a 10-foot wide tank.
Would it be possible to cast Agonizer's Scorcher into the tank and just scorch them all up?
I have a flask of oil. I could throw one of the flasks in.
I just pour it in there and we just light it on fire. All right, yeah, let's do that.
All right. I will use.
Be careful, Spirit. Be careful.
I will get as close as I dare to try to pour in at least one flask of oil, and then get the fuck away.
The brain seems to respond quiveringly, but it doesn't seem to have any, as of yet, defensive ability.
Is it too tall for Kosjurkis to see into the tank?
No,
or...
it's not a very deep tank yet.
Yeah, then he just kind of like, pulls himself up over the over to the lip and kind of wiggles his fingers a little bit, and a line of roaring flame just like engulfs the brain and as many of the little fishy lads as he possibly can get.
So with the oil attachment, the entire tank just boils shortly after you burn the brain to a crisp and essentially kill them all.
Okay.
Without their defender, there's very little left.
He dusts his hands off. Who's hungry?
No.
I'm okay.
But good. Okay, that's wow. That was a. We just probably did a very good act, I think.
That seems very aggressive.
Good karma
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now. Yeah.
Mhm.
for all the genocide.
But yeah, maybe. Anyways, how about what's back behind this door over here?
Is a ladder that goes up.
I knew it.
Is there anything of note on like the tables or on the bookshelf?
Nothing of particular note.
Okay. Okay.
Should I take a look up the ladder or
Yeah, might as well.
just leave? Just fuck the ladder. What do you think?
It depends. Do you want to take a short rest before we go up there, or something else? I have pretty much all my spell slots still.
I mean,
yeah.
I could do with a short rest, and that's only because I can get all my key points back. But that's just me.
I don't want to sleep in the room with the creepy girlies.
You don't have to sleep. I'm gonna just take a break.
Okay. All right. Who's gonna watch the creepy girlies? Make sure you know.
Dibs on the bed.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Yes, Kosjurkis.
We'll watch the creepy crawlies.
Who will?
Me.
Oh, okay.
Okay, just be careful. You know, like.
Okay.
All right. Short rest is.
Short rest, please.
Working on it. Right. That's initiative. There we go. Slide.
Hooray.
If you want to use any
Hooray.
of your hit dice at the bottom of the main tab of your sheet, you may.
A couple. Yep.
Yeah, I've probably used them all.
There we go. That's good.
That's fine.
And I gotta remember how arcane recovery works because we don't short rest very often.
Man, I kind of miss my song of healing.
What are you talking about? It was only ever like 1 or 2.
Yeah, it still
Yeah.
helped.
That's
I
true.
don't think you ever had a good roll on that.
I didn't. I never did.
The whole rest Kosjurkis is like pulled up the chair to near the tank and is just like sitting on it, kicking his legs back and forth, watching it.
All right. You guys take your nice short rest and are undisrupted, funnily enough, when you kill a mind flayer and burn the elder brain, or at least baby elder brain. Whatever creatures that happen to be following them probably are going to leave you alone.
Good. Yes.
Best friends club ain't nothing to fuck with.
Boom.
So once the short rest is done, I'll pull out my hand crossbow, cock it, and I'll just like try and stealthily, make my way up the ladder. Is there like a trapdoor at the top, or?
There is. It
Okay,
is a
so-
trapdoor that requires to be unlocked from this side.
Here's your stealth check. I would like to make a investigation check to see what's going on, like if it's trapped or anything, or the lock on this side is a good sign, but
It is not trapped as far as you can tell.
all right. I then will open it up very quietly, just kind of poke my head and see what's up there.
It is a shabby, dank smelling, dilapidated room inside of a one room hut.
No movement, no.
Nope. It is completely empty. barely standing.
Nothing of value. I shouldn't even go up there. Okay.
Oh, there's a door, and you can hear people moving outside. You can hear crowds as well as it sounds like maybe shouting here or there, not anger, but more like voices raised and calling. Something's going on outside. Probably somebody selling wares or something along those lines.
Oh. I will crawl up into the room then, and then just kind of move over to that door and open it up just a little bit quietly to see, confirm what I'm thinking.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
You
Okay.
are
Shortcut.
right here.
So upon seeing that, I go to turn back to the group, and then I quickly just look and poke my head out the door again to see if I see just like Droki walking by or whatever,
You do not.
Nah, man. So I'll go back to the group and be like, shortcut. This leads right up to like the main area.
Is there a bonfire in the hut?
There's not.
There's
Oh.
a sword in the bonfire. I don't know. All right. Come on up. Maybe be careful though. Okay. You never know what you might if they have a guard up here or whatever.
Okay. Maybe we're in a new dimension.
Why? What?
Maybe. You don't know.
I don't know, but
It's
what?
true,
Huh?
but no one really knows. But it's highly unlikely.
What does you mean new event? New dimension? What?
Plane of existence.
Okay.
I don't know much about it, but it is possible.
Wizards are strange. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. We ready?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Kick the door open. Jump
Okay.
outside. Ha ha! Does,
Nope.
that spook
Promptly
anybody?
arrested.
You get a couple odd looks, but nothing of any major concern.
Like the first person I like make eye contact with it, they're gonna be like, "You haven't seen Droki, have you?"
They do their best to get away from you.
Yeah.
Probably
Okay.
especially Kosjurkis, who is lugging the
If
mind
we,
flare head, the mangled mind flare head with him.
So, Jurgis, put that in bag or something, Jeez, Louise.
if we take a long rest, I can prepare locate object spell and try to see if I can locate one of the objects he stole.
Oh, I like it. But then that's gonna take us 8 hours.
Yes.
I mean, I have no idea how to find him anyway, so maybe that's the way. But
Well, if we don't find him today, then we can try and find him tomorrow.
yeah. Okay. So we just go give the head, yeah?
Yes.
Get the
I'll say-
monies. Take all the. Hey, do we give them the note though?
About the king?
Yeah. Don't they work for the king?
Hmm.
Kind of, right? Wouldn't they work for the king?
She wanted to suss out corruption, though, right? And I think she didn't care if it was the king himself.
But like, what is she going to do? Like, she is a guard. Like, she's going to. Wouldn't she
don't know.
take this to the king? Like, I don't know.
I don't know. Would
Probably
you want to have
not. Take it to the king.
Would-
If the king
Don't
is the
take
criminal.
it to the king. Wouldn't you want your people, or you as a people, wouldn't you want to know if your king was corrupt? Even if you couldn't really do much about it.
I would just assume that he is.
That's fair.
My father
We
had a
didn't vote for
saying,
Insane.
all power corrupts, yes? So,
Hmm,
And we didn't vote for him.
that's also fair.
usually you don't, right? But anyhow,
Not for kings, I don't think so.
no. Queens sometimes, but not king. Okay, yeah, just tell them everything. We're very honest people, aren't we? It's a refreshing change.
I personally don't like telling lies, but I will on occasion.
Of course, a liar would say that.
Mm-hmm.
Insight check on Rolen. Is he lying right now?
Ah, shit. No, I'm not lying.
I think he's telling the truth. Okay, you're a good man, Roland.
I don't like telling lies.
Is it that you don't like telling lies, or you just don't like getting caught in lies?
Don't like telling lies. If I can,
Oh, yeah,
if
me
I can
too.
avoid it, I don't like to.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, insight check on that shit. That shit. That crap.
As far as he knows, I'm telling the truth.
Yep. All right, fair enough.
Yep.
We are very like-minded people, I see.
Yeah, yes. Maybe Ophelia, you can do all the talking. It seems to be what you are best at. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And just I'll say this as we're walking, right? I'll just say, in case everyone starts kill each other, yes, like because of civil strife, do we just not get involved? Do we run? Do we,
Oh,
At the last situation, probably at this point, your boat is loaded and ready to go.
So
what if they pay us?
to what? To
Help.
to pick a side? Oh, no, I think it's a bad idea.
Yeah, we're already getting paid $2,000. I think that's.
And there's dragon, and there's demon, and
I'll
there's
be right back.
two-headed everything. It's very bad.
I don't like this place very much. But
Yeah.
is there anything that we would like to buy with that 2,000 gold we're about to get?
This is good idea. Maybe, yeah.
While we're here.
Also catch Droki, kill the shit out of him. Yes, and then
I would prefer just to catch him.
Oh.
But
he stole our shit. What?
Kill them
There is
Raise
nothing
them
worse
from
than
the
a
dead.
thief.
and
Here's
kill them
probably-
again.
Nothing worse than somebody who steals things. Okay, I tell you this now
Okay.
from personal experience.
As the worst.
No. Just, okay, maybe don't kill, but we get our stuff and we take his booties. Yes.
Yes.
That being said, did anybody lose anything that if we had to leave right this very second, you would be sad that we left it?
Not
He-
particularly.
Kosjurkis
No.
points at the top of Ophelia's head. Which has
Ophelia,
no
how
crown.
yes, how badly would you miss your crown?
I'm pretty sad about that.
We could get you other one, bigger one.
That's true.
We can even
Kosjurkis,
make it.
did he take anything from you?
Nope.
I'm good too. Okay. Roland, anything?
He took the flaming mace, but I'm not too upset about that. I wasn't really ever going to use it.
He
Yeah,
probably.
okay.
If you look at Kosjurkis, you would realize that the reason why nothing was stolen from him is probably because he mostly only has flowers and hair and,
And a book.
mushrooms and nothing really valuable.
Could have stole your spell book.
True.
No.
Or your favorite mushroom. I don't know. Okay. Spirit, you take anything from you?
The dagger.
What dagger? Wait, no, the dagger I gave you?
Yes.
Yeah, the plus
Oh,
one. dagger,
yeah.
We kill them.
I guess.
Raise them from the dead. And kill them again.
I think you're probably right, Kosjurkis.
I
That
don't-
being said, it's just a draw dagger. I mean, we know the draw chase us. We probably very soon have lots of draw dagger, but yeah. But his boots, very nice.
Well, like I said, I can cast him on the boots that I have actually seen him wear a lot. He may not have the items at that point. Might have sold them tomorrow, but
Yes. This is what a thief would do. He's probably already bartering.
we could go to the market and see if we can just kind of see him. But I have a spell that can. Is this lidded area? I can't remember.
I think there's a.
All right, sorry, I had to step away for a second. You guys were discussing causing a civil war, I think.
Among other things.
No, we're
We were
catching
just-
Droki.
Yes, we're thinking about that. But do not cast spells in public. Yes, because
Oh,
Okay.
right.
yes.
No, I thought we have special permission to.
yeah,
catch
who the fuck knows about these people and their laws, though? You
It's
know,
true,
like,
but I'm gonna do it anyways.
No.
Why?
okay.
Kosjurkis
What
has
happened?
not put away the head yet, by the way.
Okay.
It's a bad sign. It's a bad sign.
He wiggles it at you. And he says no.
All right. Let's go report this first.
On our way to reporting in, are we walking through the market, Tony? Does that make any sense? Or
Yes, you are walking through the market.
okay, so peeping eyes peeled for that Droki motherfucker.
Same. I will help you
All
with
right.
that. I'll help you. Actually.
Passive perception or active, your choice.
I'll take active if I'm getting help. With advantage.
I will help you. Yep.
Thank you. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
You do not see Droki in
Shit.
sight.
I saw that hidden roll. Fuck. All right.
Oh, that's too bad.
Maybe we spend the night. You know, maybe we
Yeah.
after we maybe we buy buy some stuff with the money we get. Maybe
Wash
you know.
Wash off the blood.
Yes, and then sure. First thing in the morning. It's not too taxing of a spell though, is it, Roland? Because if
It's a
we're
level-
leaving, we might be dealing with many things the second we leave too. You know.
No, it's only a level 2 spell.
What's that mean? A level 2 spell. Okay.
It's medium cost.
Medium cost. Okay. All right. Okay. I see.
By the way, I don't remember. Does anyone have any spell scrolls? I don't remember if we picked any up ever.
I don't.
Spell.
I don't think so.
I don't
Like
think so
blank
either.
ones?
Either or.
The only scroll we have is a scroll of names, and I don't think that'll do us any good.
Nope. You do have 2 spell gems,
Right.
which
I have
are
a fucking
useful.
Quill of the Dead. When did I get that?
We might have to take we might have to take some downtime and figure out what all we have.
Somebody else should take the Quill of the Dead, man. I didn't even realize I had this damn thing. I could talk to the dead once a day?
That's pretty baller.
Yes, you found that in the room with the deep gnome body.
Oh, the one who told us about what's his pickle being
It's the bag of bones.
the murderer, yeah, our bag of bones. Who we found his hand, right? We did find his hand.
Yeah, we did
did.
find his hand.
Yeah. Okay. It's all coming back to me now.
Tell me about that.
Is there any dead person that I could ask about the scrolls? Maybe.
Oh, the scrolls aren't an issue. It was just a general curiosity.
I see.
So how about this? Why don't we resolve what you're doing in town with the whole adding civil war on top of your genocide responsibilities, and then we can decide what we're gonna do after the fact. So your boat is ready. You can leave when you want. You can stay in town and do some shopping, or you can stay in town. I know you guys wanted to cast locate object, I believe.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'm gonna take these spell gems. My goodness.
After that, we'll sort through the items on the party sheet and go from there. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay. So are we gonna give them the note about the king? Rolen would probably want to give them the note about the king, but
Yes, for sure.
Yes.
all right, Civil War it is.
Well, theoretically, they can only focus on either racial genocide or civil war. So maybe,
Yeah, they
we'll-
can't really fight a war on two fronts.
so maybe we'll like stop one of the two from happening.
I don't. Well, I mean, fuck it.
All right, let's talk to
No?
the captain.
But yeah.
Okay. So you guys head over to Deep Lake Hold, the headquarters of the Stone Guard.
Headquarters. Because we're giving them a head. Get it?
Oh, now I
Yes,
get it.
very
Okay.
funny, very
All
funny.
right.
That puts you, let's see, did that move your map?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure with the new buttons. All my buttons changed. So that puts you here where the P is at Deep Lake Hold. I'm sorry, Over Lake Hold, the prison. And your badges get you entry right away. And Airday Blackskull, she is eager to meet with you, and she asks after she sees the head, she wants to know what the Mind Flayer was doing, who was the Mind Flayer working with, and what evidence did you find of corruption. Those are the direct questions she has and wants an answer.
Hey guys.
Hmm. Ophelia, you're taking it away.
Do what?
I did the talking last time and it didn't turn out so well.
Okay. So I tell her that the mind flares are killing everyone. And is that what was happening? I wasn't here for the last game, y'all. So that's a little bit of a problem. And the king is behind it, everything. And we have a letter of proof.
She asks to see the letter and asks if you eliminated the Mind Flayer threat.
Burn them.
The threat has been eliminated. And here's the letter.
She takes the letter and reads over it relatively quickly, and then takes the head or looks over the head, and she says that she absolutely believes that the Mind Flayer was probably involved somewhere along there, but the elimination of it has removed that, but there is still some very concerning issues with this letter. She's going to need to consider what to do with it. She moves over and pushes forward a small stack of papers, about 4 of them. They're writs, each worth 500 gold. Obviously, she's not going to hand you a massive chest and just tell you to go on your merry way.
She gave us some checks. We can't leave the city.
She says that if you plan on staying in the city, you can use these. If you plan on leaving the city, you can trade them for coins at the Gracklestud Bank, which is right across from the Overlake Hold. The Blade Bazaar is here. This is where all the shops are, and that is also where the bank is. So if you're planning on leaving, you can trade that in for gold bars or coins or platinum or whatever you prefer. They don't keep thousands of gold in the Overlake Hold. So they provide these to you. You can take them to the bank. They will give you your money, and you can go on your merry way.
I just had a thought. We should probably try to spend the money before we leave, because I don't see how we're gonna carry 2,000 gold worth of.
That's only like 200 platinum.
You're right. I suppose. I'm thinking small change, man. I ain't part of the upper class like you are apparently. Jeez Louise.
I don't even know what money is.
Oh, only 200 platinum. Okay, buddy.
Hey, if we have things to buy, let's buy them. Yeah.
I agree. does our deal still stand that when we choose to leave, you'll occupy the drow for us for a day?
She will.
Awesome.
She
Okay.
absolutely will.
Just confirming that. Good. Good.
I mean, essentially, the longer you're in town, the more they're going to have a lead on you, but
Yeah. Well, we're not planning on staying for more than a day or two. But yes.
Unless
okay.
they pay us.
Oh, yeah. Hey, no, we're leaving tomorrow, ish.
all right. She tells you that she doesn't have time to do too much entertaining, and she has you escorted out very quickly, taking the letter, and she seems to have quite a bit she needs to resolve.
Fair. All right, so we're going shopping then.
Yes, or should we sleep first in the old Drogi and then go shopping? Which is better?
Whatever you would like.
What do you think? Do you think that there's a chance that because like if he's in the city, then we can find him if your
Mhm.
spell works, right?
Mhm.
But if he leaves the city,
Yeah,
and
if he
gets
leaves the city,
that much
then
of a head start on us, then we're fucked, right? So
I doubt he'll leave the city. Kind of feel like he won't leave the city. Just a gut feeling.
gut feeling. Oh,
Gut
okay.
feeling. I have a big gut.
You do?
Oh, well, who can argue with it then? Okay.
Well, it's not bulging. It's just bigger because I'm bigger than all of you.
The math checks out.
Yeah.
All right. So,
All right.
what is your plan? You still have a room at the inn. You still have a ship you can sleep on.
We got the
You
money
can-
to spend first.
You got some writs of accountability that you can cash.
All right, let's go spend some money and then we'll meet back
Can
at
we
the
take
end.
a short minute to look through what we have?
Oh, you want to do
collected?
that first? Okay.
Let's do that. So, let's everybody pull up your character sheet, switch to inventory. And then in the top right, you should click the 3-person silhouette with the letter I. Comes up party sheet and click on the inventory one on there.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully, if anybody has trouble finding that, we haven't done that a whole lot, and when we did do it, it was a couple months ago. So I'm going to go over how to do it again.
Yep.
Does everybody got that? Anybody have
Yep.
trouble finding it?
Nope.
Okay. The inventory sheet is we're going to go through. That's everything the party has. So the best bet is to just start at the top and decide what you want to keep, sell, which there won't probably be anything you want to sell. So bag of holding. Somebody asked, what can we do? It was labeled bag of holding. What can we do with the gold? That's what you can do with the gold.
There we go. I didn't even realize that was
I
a
didn't
bag
know
of
we had a
holding.
bag of holding either.
This whole time we've had a bag of holding. There you go. Okay.
This is
Okay.
the first short rest I think you picked up. So starting at the top, bag of holding, battered notebook. This is something you, some of the basic notes this had to do with you turning information over. Since you've already turned the information over, I'm just going to delete it. Is that okay?
Sure.
Yep.
No real use for you. Dark Lake Stout is a cask of alcohol. You can get inebriated.
I don't drink.
I have no memory of picking this up.
Me either.
I don't either.
Okay. I'm not complaining, but it's okay. I like
Okay.
the worms. These worms are
Yeah,
cool.
the worms are sweet.
If you with the worms, you eat them, and at the end of each of your turns for 1 minute, you regain 1d10 hit points.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Might be worth splitting between the party, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, split them up. So everyone gets everyone gets 2.
Sure.
Yep, pretty much.
There you go.
So to move it to your sheet, you just want to grab the little shield on the right and drag it over and drop it on your inventory sheet. Each time you do that, you get 1.
Oops.
And we'll have one left over for a dying person.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
Somebody will have to carry it.
I can carry it since I'm probably more than dead. But
That
All
sounds
right.
good. Yeah.
all right, I have the third one then. Cool.
Perfect. Death Dog Hide. We can craft this.
So the general crafting system, I have an advanced crafting system. I haven't introduced it in this game because you don't have a lot of downtime. Essentially, if you want to craft it, you can. If you don't plan on crafting it, you can sell it to a merchant in a city like this.
Also, we can't even craft it because we only have one and we need two.
Exactly.
Fuck.
And
I
then-
would say just sell that.
Okay.
The dog hide. The rope,
Uh,
the roper hide though. need
So
two of
the
those.
Etten Heart
Okay, sorry. Skip
makes
that.
you very strong.
yes. You
When
drink
needed.
you eat the Etten Heart as an action, and it essentially changes your strength score to 21 for an hour.
Oh shit.
All
Maybe
the
we'll let
bonuses therein.
Roland have that. It seems like.
Sure. I'll hold on to it if somebody else wants to eat it at any point.
Yeah, like it kind of makes one person just like not tanky, right? But just like able
No,
to
it's
do
just like if
that
we're
strength
if
to-
we're making rowing checks.
But my thought here is that
Yeah.
you have you're already considered to be a large lad.
Yep,
So
that is true.
if you have 21 strength, you can probably carry like a whole dragon or something.
Checks out.
pick up Thunderchild and carry him out of town.
Yeah.
I'm
This
stealing a
is the new
dragon.
heist.
I like it.
Next is the Intellect Devourer Brain Chunk. This would be more of a general use thing. You swallow it, and you can pinpoint the presence of any creature within 300 feet of you with an intelligence of 3 or higher. That's all creatures. It essentially makes you aware of all living creatures around you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So smoke probably.
You can sell these. If there's anything you don't want, we can sell it. It probably won't be for a massive amount, but you can get money for it.
No, but yeah, I like the idea
I
of me
think-
taking that.
Yeah, I think that'd be useful for scouting.
Right.
Don't mind if I do.
Mm-hmm. The leather, we can probably just sell that.
That's like armor.
You can't
Oh,
sell
the
that.
leather
You can either use it or it's leather armor. They drop the word armor.
Oh,
Does anybody want leather armor?
I'm good.
No,
I'm good.
I'm all right.
I already got one.
All right. Mind Flayer Eye. We talked about that. Dark Vision.
Can give it to Roland just in case.
Yeah, I'm the only one that doesn't have dark vision, so that's
As an
probably
emergency
handy
backup.
Yeah.
Really awful.
Roper Hide. You can't necessarily craft it right now,
Mm-hmm.
but you can turn it into a cloak that gives you advantage on stealth checks or
Yeah.
in rocky terrain, which would be 99% of the Underdark. But crafting it takes 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, we could hold on to that. That could be
Again,
useful.
that's
Yeah,
either
that'll be
for
useful.
probably smoke or spirit, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
Advantage on
I'm
stealth
I'm,
checks all the time is pretty good.
I'm
Yeah.
invisible most of the time, but yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so probably spirit then.
And you could,
Um,
like I said, you could sell it if you don't want it.
I would say I'm a shadow monk, so I already kind of have, you know,
Let's not sell it like
Yeah.
I'm
No,
sure
let's
somebody
definitely
get
keep
like
it.
if we can
someone
get to the
can
point
get
where
use out of that. Yeah.
if we can get to the point where it's not just me sneaking around with like rolling in my pocket, right? Like all of us can be sneaking around. That would be all right.
Mm-hmm. Who's the least stealthy? I guess Ophelia is the least stealthy. After me turning into stealthy things.
Right.
Well, we'll worry about that when we have some downtime.
Yep. No, but it's like who wants to just hold on to it for now, or we can just keep it in the party sheet, I guess.
Whoa, that's a lot of dice.
I was just checking who has the stealth rolls.
Gotcha.
The scroll of names.
I
That
don't
was
think we need that name.
all the
Yeah.
two-headed names, right? All the people they're gonna give 2 heads to, or yeah, right? Yeah. No, give a head to, so they'd have 2.
Something like that.
That's
I don't
confusing.
think we
Magic.
need that anymore.
We can get rid of the scroll of names as well. All right, so rope or hide keeping for now. Shambling mound. Shambling mound vines. You have 4. 3 of them can be crafted into either 3 of them can be crafted into a rope of climbing. It's a magic item that, in essence, you hold one end and you tell the rope what to do, and it will animate, and it can move the other end if it'll go 60 feet in the air, at which point it will lock and you can climb up.
That's freaking sweet.
Yeah, that is very useful. We could use
We have
that.
to get somebody to craft that. That's 2 weeks of crafting though.
Yeah.
But-
mm.
Well,
Well, it can be over. It can be over time as we have time.
Yeah, that's true. So definitely keep those.
Okay.
Can we
Spell
craft that, or do we have to find somebody to craft it?
with the rudimentary crafting system, you can do it. Is the short answer.
Nice.
There is no crafting system that we're using in this system or in this campaign. I have one that I use in longer campaigns that have downtime that replaces the standard garbage one that takes like a year to craft a suit of armor.
Right.
Like how is it unbalanced to be able to craft a suit of armor? It's like you still have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
You can make progress at a rate of 5 gold pieces per day.
Yeah, it's
So yeah, it's not ideal. I'll eventually start fine tuning my crafting system, and if you guys want to help me with that too, you can.
sure.
But
Just let us know.
we're just going to use this rudimentary system. It cuts out all the bull crap. You want to craft this? Now you know you can.
Sure.
14 days, 200 gold, you get to craft it. Spell gems, lapis lazuli. This is going to be pretty much interested in everybody. My recommendation is Queen Ophelia and Agile, Queen Ophelia and Rolen or Kosjurkis. Not to cut out Agile, Smoker, and Indomitable, but this spell gem is essentially you cast a spell in it, and then it basically stores it, and then later when you want to use it, it's an extra spell slot. So using Queen Ophelia as an example, she has, I think it's first levels is the limit, if anybody has read it. First level. So Ophelia has 4 first level spell slots. She can cast 4 first level healing spells. If on a day when you guys take a long rest, like tonight, she casts 2 healing spells in it, those spells are stored in that gem. And you can imbue the gem, and casting the spell requires an action, but you essentially have these stored, and they act like backup spells that add to your spells. So the 2 most common uses of these are very frequently used spells like healing cast into them, or spells that are very rarely used by a wizard. Like he doesn't want to take the time to memorize a spell that he hardly ever uses. He'll cast it into a spell gem, and then the time it comes up and they say, hey, do you have that locate object spell? And he says, I have it in a spell gem. We don't need to take an 8-hour rest in Gracklestug on the middle. That's on the verge of both civil war and genocide. Just to pull an example out of nowhere.
Right.
If you put a battle spell in it, it has a preset save and preset attack. It doesn't use yours.
I like the spell must require either 1 action or 1 minute or longer. So any length of time aside from bonus action or reaction.
Can't take less than 6 seconds.
Essentially, yes.
I was thinking Featherfall would be a good one in that, but that's not allowed. What a travesty.
Yeah, it's only first level
reaction?
spell, so I'm thinking just a couple
No, it's because of the reaction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why they wrote it that way.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking just a couple cure wounds in these 2 for now. We can always change that.
Do bear in mind, this is something that I do need to clarify. If Ophelia puts a spell in it, anybody can use the gem who also can cast the spell. You don't
Okay.
have to have the spell memorized. You don't have to have spell slots left, but you have to know how to do it.
Oh,
So
so
if
me and Spirit couldn't just grab him and be like, haha,
If
fireball.
Ophelia casts Cure Wounds in it and tosses it to Rolen, who can also cast Cure Wounds, he can use it. But if he casts a Druid spell in it and throws it to Ophelia, she doesn't know how to do it. And Indomitable Spirit and Agile, y'all can't do shit.
Fair.
So think
Question-
you don't think about what you guys want to do with those. Those are actually, and they're reusable, by
Yeah.
the way.
Quick question. Do monk spells count?
Monks don't have spells; they have abilities.
Spell-like
Yeah.
abilities.
Like
What
Hmm.
about sneak attack?
Can I cast sneak attack on the spell gem?
Don't be mad. I was just joking, DM. Oh god.
You are now dead.
Yeah.
you get 1d0 for all damage.
yeah. I figured that would happen. Yeah. So yeah, one of you. There's three of you, so probably split them up, or I guess one person could have both of them. Oh my gosh.
I think for now the healing, like the extra healing spell per day, is until we think of something better. Is
Yeah, that's probably good. So you can give like one to me, one to Queen Ophelia.
yeah. Let you guys do some more
Just an
non-utility
extra
stuff.
spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 books of mad scribblings.
So it looks like Ophelia, you grab that other lapis lazuli or spell gem lapis lazuli, and I'll tell you two how to do it at the end. Darrow ritual books. Those are really only useful if you guys plan on conducting demon rituals.
I'm
Oh well. Yeah. No.
No, I'm fine.
good.
Vial of demon ichor is essentially you drink it, which is ichor is blood, demon blood. You drink it, you have resistance to poison damage for an hour. You have 5 of those.
Let's each take one, I suppose.
Yeah, one each. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
If you're going to
I
find yourself fighting something with poison damage, it'll be great to have those.
I
As we
also
go-
might
as
have
we
a.
return to the poison dragon's lair.
I also might have value of them in the future, but yeah.
Dwergar blood. This is something that almost exclusively is of benefit to people who like melee combat. You drink it, and you're under the effect of an enlarged spell. Essentially, you're bigger, and your weapons do more damage.
So if I drank that and then combat wild shaped, would my creature be a size larger?
No.
Okay,
Mhm.
just double checking.
What if we fed his wild shape it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
All right, so people other than Roland hold on to the blood.
Yeah. Since Indomitable Spirit probably should have a couple of those since she's our main
Punch person.
yeah,
Give her
main
both. The punch person gets them.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah. And if you use them on yourself, go for it, right?
I'm actually kind of curious on that because as a monk, I know that I know that most unarmed is 1d4, but as a monk, my unarmed strike's actually a 1d6. So what would that mean for me if I were to down a vial of that blood and then go like balls to the wall swinging? Just
What's your damage now? 1d6?
yes.
So while under the effect of, I'm assuming you would then, well, you actually don't have a choice. You'd be enlarged. So you'd go from medium to large.
Yeah.
So obviously you would get bigger. You have advantage on strength checks. You have advantage on saving throws. And when you hit, you would do standard damage plus 1d8.
Okay,
Nice and
that's
easy.
what I was curious on. That was what I understood, but I wanted to make sure I was understanding that right. So
Brain expanding juice.
Mm-hmm.
Intellect Devour blood, you get the intelligence up by 1d4 to a max of 20. And I don't know what Kosjurkis is, but I'm guessing it's probably not quite 20 yet.
It is not 20 yet. This would actually be good for him.
It would. Increase intelligence equals increased damage.
Mm-hmm.
He finally becomes as smart as he thinks he is.
And
take all
last
of
but
it,
not
yeah.
least, Mind Flayer Blood increase. It basically gives you magic resistance. When someone targets you with a spell, you get on the saving throw.
Probably all use that, but
Yeah. I'll forego it. I don't need it.
I'll also pass.
sweet, I'll take one.
And I'll take one too then.
There we go.
Imagine if we had that during the heist. That sleep spell hits me, I'm just like, no. But I guess that wouldn't have made too much of a difference, would it? Fuck.
You just have resistance, yeah. So
Yeah.
All right, that is all of that. Here is. Did you guys pick up your gold?
Oh wow.
no,
Yep.
I have not picked up the gold.
Did you
yet.
want to pick up your gold? How about that?
Well, we were thinking about spending it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So, well, would you like me to divide it with the gold that you have from selling other and finding gold and selling the death dog hide amongst you equally?
Yeah, let's do that
Yeah,
for
sure.
now, just
Yeah,
so
I
that
don't have a problem with it.
we can pool it later if we need to.
though to be fair,
I already clicked the button.
okay. I just saying because almost had head eaten, brain gone, all the sneaky. I feel like a smoke should get the danger pay extra, but it's okay. All right.
Oh, here.
And Kosjurkis hands you the one leftover gold piece.
Yes, this is fair. This is fair. Yes.
One extra gold piece. There's also a silver.
I don't want the silver.
I'll take it.
MVP. From the
All
last
right.
fight.
My hero.
Excellent. Shit. What can we even buy? I don't know.
Well, what do you guys? So, so this is something that I have from my games. So this is something that's a little new and it's worthwhile. So you can buy equipment that is either magical equipment you're not going to be able to buy. I mean, you're just not. You don't have the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did.
Okay, yeah, just want to make sure.
You just manually add it, yeah.
Yep, I did. I just
So-
wanted to make sure I wasn't mistaken in doing so. So
anything in the player's handbook you guys can buy. The equipment is. Can I share this? No, I can't share this. Let's see here. So, and you guys don't have to spend game time doing it. We can. The easiest thing, truthfully, is to work on the assumption that you guys are going to go shopping and not use your actual game time to do it. And you
Right.
guys get with me between now and our next game, and I leave the server up, and you guys take care of it. That way, you can do it at your convenience and don't feel like you're using your game time. But I do want to tell you what is available here, and
Sure.
then leave you guys alone. So there are two new pieces of equipment that I've introduced into, or classifications of equipment I've introduced into the game that are almost not exclusively available here, but they're much more easily available here as, the Dwarven Crafting Center of the Upper Underdark and the one with the red dragon that allows them to craft. So you of course always have the armor and weapons made out of unique materials such as mithril and adamantine. The additional types are masterwork, which type masterwork armor, masterwork weapon. They're very simple. Here's how they work. They're more expensive. If you buy a masterwork armor, it has to be. It doesn't matter what kind it is. You take 1 point less damage from bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. So if you get hit by a weapon attack and you take 5 damage, it will automatically apply 4.
Okay.
And if you take 5 attacks from a creature that has 5 different strikes, like that Hydra, each damage is reduced by 1. It doesn't boost your armor class or anything like that. As for weapons, in additional to being more expensive for spirit there, you get a +1 on attack, not damage. It makes your weapon is crafted better. You get a +1 to your hit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a midway between a +1 weapon and a regular weapon.
Correct.
Okay.
and I have that, and I will post that so you guys can look at it. So if you're wearing armor or using weapons regularly, it may be worthwhile. The cost is 300 gold extra for armor, 150 gold extra for weapons.
That's not even that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Now this masterwork armor, is that going to affect my ability, or not my ability, my agility in any way?
No, it does not. Mithril is something that will improve your agility,
Oh, sweet.
I think. Don't quote me on it.
But
think
it's
it-
also stupid expensive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, extremely. If armor normally imposes disadvantage on dexterity stealth checks or has a strength requirement, the mithril version does not.
Yeah. So it lets you wear like plate armor and sneak around.
But it's stupid expensive. It's out of your price range.
Mm-hmm. Is there anybody like? So sorry. The masterwork stuff. Is there anything that we can just buy, or do we need somebody to make it for us right now?
It would have to be fitted to you, but you could buy it.
What about weapon wise though?
Most of unless you're wanting something extremely unique, like a specially custom crafted weapon, most weapons are available. This city is known as the City of Blades. They sell wholesale weapons and armor and things like that.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the one new weapon that was added by what was it? The supplement that added the fucking artificer.
Unearthed Arcanus piece of shit ass.
No, the official one.
No, I didn't say they added it officially yet.
No, they did. They added it with the official release of the Wayfinder's Guide to Eberron. It's now officially a class you can play. It's pretty cool. But they added a single weapon as well, which is a double-headed sword staff.
The Revenant Blade or whatever.
Double-bladed scimitar. That's what it is.
Does sound fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Blood Elves from WoW.
Exactly.
Venice.
Okay, so we'll get back to buying between games, and the server will stay up, and you guys will be able to peruse and not feel pushed into buying stuff.
Mm-hmm.
As for a rush for your game time. So, what is your intention for actual game? Assuming you're able to go and buy all the things that you want to look at purchasing.
Mm-hmm.
What is your intentions as far as game time? Or what are you doing? You staying in the city? Are you taking a long rest?
Well, I think the plan was we take a rest before heading out, and before we head out, Rolen will check and see if he can locate
where Droki is.
Droki's magical boots.
Yep.
Droki's magical boots?
Yep.
Droki's magical boots are located. What's your range?
To 1,000 feet.
No.
Fuck.
What a travesty!
Oh, now I have that prepared.
That's essentially the range of the building you're in. Even walking
really?
around. This place is.
Yeah, it's 1,000 feet.
This place is massive. Here's a. Yeah, I don't have a scale. It's a huge, huge, huge area.
How do we find this fucker? Does anybody else have any spells? Like anything else, like divination wise, or?
Actually, I have a quick question too. I suppose I forgot to ask. I'm assuming there wouldn't be any spell scrolls available for purchase.
I'm gonna work with you on that.
Sure.
Between games, but there is possibility, but not a huge one because type of city. Drow cities, absolutely. Deep Gnome cities, absolutely. Dwarven cities.
We're heading to the Drow cities. All right. Well, I don't think unless we were wanting to like explicitly go searching the tunnels for Droki.
Like the one thing is like where like Yeah, I don't want to, but
We could go
Like,
to the Darrow
we've
part of the city.
killed everyone that he works with. No.
Maybe
Probably in hiding after you
Yeah,
murdered everybody.
Yeah.
it was self-defense.
At which point, I thought, yeah, I don't know how we'd find him, but I don't know. Anyone have any ideas?
I don't really have any ideas. I thought that would work more. I thought that was a longer range than it actually is.
It was a good
I'm
idea.
also Canadian, so I have no concept of feet.
It's true. I
Yeah.
get that. I feel like there's a handy dandy internet conversion.
Like I don't even know what a mile is in feet. It's like 1,700 or something like that.
I do, but most people do not. Like that's the thing about Americans. The vast majority, like 85, 95%, have
No-
no idea how to use our own system. We
no
just
one
have
knows
the
it.
certain parts of the system, like miles. I know how long a mile is because we drive them every day. Feet,
Yeah.
inches. We know the ones we use every day. The rest of it, we just. I use the imperial system as much as I can, or the metric system as much as I can because I used it in the military and
Okay.
I prefer it. It's vastly preferable, easier, better in every possible way.
You could
fuck
use
yeah.
the Canadian measuring system, which is a weird bastardization of the two, where
Yeah.
people are people's heights are measured in feet, but distances are measured in meters.
Okay,
So,
I am.
Ben is right. 5280 is
Mm.
the
Okay.
5,280 feet.
I'll find a guide there's a guide that determines in in Canada what measuring system you use, and it's painful because it's so true.
And if you're generally curious, Tanner, you
Mhm.
can take any number of feet and divide it by 3. That's how many meters it is.
Yeah, I know that. No.
So yeah, 300 feet or 300 meters around you is how good your spell is.
Okay, yeah, that sucks.
We could
Definitely
go
thought
back.
it'd be farther.
We could go back to the prison and ask around and see if anybody has any leads that we could, make a move on. Or we just say fuck. He got away.
That was gonna be after a long rest, though. That I was gonna cast that. Just
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna apply that long rest here
okay.
in a
No,
second.
I'm just making sure.
This is 100% true. This flow chart, by the way.
So Ophelia and Rolen, the only thing I need from you guys is that your spell gem, which essentially is going to act like a extra spell slot. I'm going to need you to decide, not right now, but in the near future, what essentially free level 1 spell you want to cast in there. Healing word, cure wounds, magic missile. Roland has a huge list of his, Goodberry, which fairy fire, that type of stuff. So think that over, and we'll deal with it before next game. But it is something you're going to need to go over.
I already know.
Fair enough. Okay. So with that, what is it you guys want to do? You giving up on Droki, or
I think so, but I don't speak for the group.
he's very wily.
Yeah.
You guys would have had to have caught him. You guys would have had to, if you wanted to catch him easy, caught him when you first went into the Whirlstone tunnels, and you guys had the opportunity and were like, he's really. And then he went down that area with all the plants, and you guys were like, that's scary. I don't want to do that.
Well, it was.
Yeah, we ended up doing it anyways, and it was scary.
It's true.
We were justified.
I've only seen one group get the boots from Droki so quickly, and I pissed the person off so bad they actually were like angry at me for like a week because they got the boots and then they got into a fight a couple games later, and they were showing off with the boots, and they got knocked unconscious, and someone took the boots off of him.
Yeah, I believe you told us that story.
He did get them back like
Yeah.
4 levels later.
Wow.
He was really shitty. It was hilarious.
Yeah, we'll get them at some point.
Yeah, I'm good with this for the time being. Just
Yeah,
because I don't get them now doesn't mean I won't get them later.
If anybody's curious about leveling, you will level when you reach the next city.
There you
Yeah,
go.
no worries. I wasn't worried.
It's probably a good idea to get the fuck out of here, and then also, we got a
Yeah.
bunch of people waiting on us too, right?
Yeah, let's go get them.
So after your long rest, now that you guys have made your decision, I was going to let you know, regardless of what you decided, there is a letter waiting for you under your door in your room, and it is from Wirtz Salt Baron, the dock worker who you saved.
Hmm.
And it says that the Stone Guard Captain Airday Blackskull has been detaining people. She is seemingly under the impression, after her paranoia has had time to think it over, that you have all along been agents of the Deep King, and it will very likely arrest you and demand you involved in the deposing of the Deep King to prove her paranoia untrue. He recommends that you take action, whatever that action will be, before the next day dawns.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
let's go.
Yep.
Yep, time to leave.
Okay.
Getting to boat, jumping in boat, running from boat, with boat, in boat.
Boat.
Okay, so you guys are leaving Gracklestug.
Real quick, the weapons and armor are loaded onto the boat, right?
Yes, everything was loaded actually
Perfect.
shortly after you guys went down.
Wonderful.
And
Just
you
making
guys,
sure.
and as I understand it, you guys are looking to sail back to the Kobold's fortress.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. You weren't far away, a day and a half. And you are within the guarded patrols of Gracklestug, which is not something that is often attacked, so you don't have to make rolls, which is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
You guys do manage to slip out. You were warned, and you departed the city. As you sail away, the fires of Gracklestug fade behind you, the clanging and the awfulness of the city, the grackle lung that you got multiple times thanks to some medicine or healing, you managed to survive it. But you have left the city of Blades behind you. I wouldn't go as far as say it's better off for having had you come, but
Well,
It's certainly off.
it's certainly something. But it was probably pretty jacked up when you got there. So that's
It was gonna happen anyway. We simply made it happen.
Sooner.
Yeah.
faster and more viciously.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
kind of what our party motto is, I
right.
suppose.
So your map of the Underdark, right here. Gracklestug is where you see the circle.
Mhm.
You are traveling the Dark Lake to roughly here. You travel the Dark Lake uneventfully, the Dark Lake being in the series of tunnels and chambers. It's not one massive lake, it's flooded tunnels and chambers. It's fairly big as well. And after a day and a half, having known the way, you sail back into the harbor of the Kobold. The Kobolds were the ones who essentially made a deal with you guys. You don't kill them, they don't kill you, but they will let you go. And they took you prisoner essentially with a dragon, a black dragon. And they offered to release your friends and you and on a friendly terms on the assumption that you get them armor and weapons that are acid resistant because they're black dragon masters. For some reason, no one can quite understand, becoming unnecessarily aggressive. some exterior environmental feature issue. With that being said, is your intention to, I don't want to speak for you, but what is the manner in which you are approaching?
Friendly with open arms.
I think he meant, are we sneaking in or not?
Oh, friendly with open arms.
Any light sources down here?
No.
I
mean,
will.
They're kobolds. They don't need it.
I'll try and sneak in then, like invisible, like just to be the one in case shit goes south. But by all means, rest of you walk in with your hands raised, like we're here to say hi.
I don't know. I don't even remember. I wasn't here when you guys met these guys. I don't know what's going on.
They took you hostage and said, "We'll let you go free if you get this armor for us. Because if we try to sail into Gracklestug, they'll kill us because they think kobolds are slime."
Mm-hmm.
No offense, Kosjurkis.
We're fulfilling a deal, so it should be fine, right? But just
Yeah,
in case,
cautiously.
just in case, I'm going in quietly.
Yep.
And invisibly.
Okay.
I'll stay within 30 feet of the party, right? Like it's just.
We're not playing all our cards right off the bat.
No.
So you guys are going in the front door. You sail up to the dock.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty obvious that you're there unless you're making efforts to hide it. For those, it's been a couple games. It's been a while. The Serverastri, the Kobold sorcerer, who made contact with you guys, and essentially was the one who made the deal with you, shows up
here
shortly after your boat sails in. It's not a huge keep. There's a picture of Serverastri. And as you approach, you notice there are kobold guards. Obviously, they don't know the manner of your approach. And they look to you to essentially announce your intention.
We come bearing gifts.
The kobold, in his gravelly voice, walking with his staff, says, "You return in peace successfully."
Yes.
Absolutely.
Then he makes motion for you to open the door, and
Get
makes
on the floor
motion
and
for
everyone walk the dinosaur? No.
you can. They motion to open the gate and instructs kobolds to come retrieve the armor. But I am going to put us on a break for about 5 minutes to get some things settled, and we'll do the last hour. I want you guys to kind of think where you want to go next. I have kind of what I thought, but we'll go from there.
Sure.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
Well, I think the first thing we're gonna do is fucking
Blink Stone.
well, I was gonna say kill the shit out of our
Yeah, I was
friend,
just about to say, we were going to go up to Pepito. We're going to break his fucking neck.
Oh, there's
we're gonna
food
ask. We're
downstairs.
gonna ask him. We're gonna apply diplomacy to him the way that we do.
I say we straight up kill him, and then I can talk to him, right?
Oh, true. I forgot about that.
Right. So straight up kill him, and then now the one thing.
Well, how about this? How about this?
Can he
How
be
about we-
truthful? I figure if he makes him truthful or not.
How about instead of just straight up killing him, we approach this in a manner where it's like we question him, and if he doesn't seem to be getting anywhere, then we kill him. Then we try that, so we don't like burn any bridges. You know.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'll be back.
All right. Me too.
All right. I'll just put that back in there. All right.
Hey guys, I'm gonna get off here. My best.
You got it.
See ya.
See ya.
What'd she say she had to do?
I don't know, but she's not here anymore.
Oh. I heard that part.
2 are back. I know one's not going to be back. We lost Tasha for the remainder of the hour. She said, "Are the guys going to be mad at me?"
No.
No. A friend showed up. She needs to do some type of girl talk, so I opened a bottle of wine, gave him 2 wine glasses, and sent him on the way.
Huh. Hopefully everything's fine.
Not my problem.
Exactly.
I work at midnight, so as soon as our D&D game is over, I go to sleep. I wake up at 11:30 and I take my ass to work till 6 a.m. Which isn't the most enjoyable thing, but I get a lot of D&D work done there. Because we're like ambulance drivers. There's like nothing going on, but they want us there in case something happens. So I get paid extra because it's nighttime to sit there and do nothing but watch movies or work on Dungeons and Dragons.
Not too shabby.
But there's a
True.
chance that the shit hits a fan and then you gotta deal with it.
Yeah.
It has happened before, but it doesn't happen very often. It's like once or twice a year. Cincinnati, Ohio's entire power went out, shut down their entire airspace. So that was a bit of an emergency that gave me a headache for a month. But such is life. You only work one midnight shift a week, so if even if it does happen once or twice a year, that's like 1/7 of a chance it happens on my day.
That's
Mhm.
it.
All right. Tasha's gone, doing whatever she does with wine and girl time. For you guys, the game is. Oh, that needs to be plugged in.
It
You
is
guys
afoot.
arrive. It is afoot. You have arrived back at the Kobold's outpost. You came delivering the gear, so you are received openly. There's no issue whatsoever. For those of you who weren't here or forgot, the essence of this place is this. We have everybody back, right?
Yeah, I'm here.
I see
So.
the 4 check marks.
Yep.
I thought so. The essence of the situation is that these kobolds were servants of a larger dragon, probably 50 years ago. Long story short, the tribes and the dragons were attacked. The kobold sorcerer that you met, Serverastri, took a small tribe of a small amount of the kobolds, the most trusted, the more intelligent, and sent the kobolds that were not intelligent into the breach, grabbed one egg, one hatchling actually, it was already hatched, and fled into the deeper Underdark. And they brought with them the most intelligent of the tribe. After traveling for a while, losing obviously some of their people, they came to a abandoned Dark Lake or Dwergar fortress on the Dark Lake. The Dwergar very frequently have built things and abandon them as they expand and they sometimes reclaim them. And they set up here, and they have reinforced to the best of their ability. They have what is in essence a city. They do trade. Sometimes they give respite to people where they can. They are not hostile, but they are not welcoming because obviously the Underdark. But when you guys came up from underneath their keep, weren't too super happy about that. They took you hostage, but you guys made an effort to show that you didn't want conflict, and since battle with adventurers tends to kill people that are hard to replace in the Underdark, they made a deal with you. They needed armor and weapons that were acid resistant because their dragon is becoming aggressive, either because of age or environmental factors that they don't know how to handle. They cannot travel into Gracklestug. Kobolds, the adventurers notwithstanding, just random groups of kobolds are considered vermin in most Underdark societies and above ground societies. So they sent you in. They gave you the money, and you returned with the stuff. So they have essentially welcomed you, and they are happy to have you. He offers to provide Serverastri welcomes you and tells you that since you have upheld your end of the bargain, they will provide you food, shelter, and even trade as preferred guests. You will be able to rest here without the standard gold piece per day for a bunk or a silver for a bedroll. And the food, as long as you do not impose too much burden upon their ability to survive, they will treat you as preferred guests. But he says he needs to inform you of a incident that happened while you were gone.
Oh no.
All our NPCs are dead.
Definitely Bupito's fault.
Fucking Bupito killed somebody.
Yep.
During the time when you were in Gracklestug, they've investigated, and for the record, some of these kobolds are actually, I mean,
As
they're
smart
not.
as Kosjurkis.
They're smart enough to ferret out and survive in the Underdark. The situation as they learned it was the Dwergar killed the halfling in the night, turned on the Myconoid.
No.
In doing so, woke up the Svirfneblin, who defended the Myconoid, and the Dwergar was shoved or intentionally absorbed by the gelatinous cube. They don't know the gelatinous cube was not subject to their interrogation methods, their spells. He is not a humanoid. They can't read his mind. They can't charm him. They can't force him to answer their question. The end result is the halfling is dead,
Hmm.
the Dwergar is dead, and the gelatinous cube, through some unusual sentimentality, which of course gelatinous cubes are not typically sentient. Because of his unusual sentience, he left. They couldn't really contain him due to his amorphous nature, and not wanting to kill him and break your deal, they let him go. He was grief-stricken at having murdered an ally, or not prevented the murder of an ally, depending on the day.
Right,
My
right.
God.
The Spherifneblin and the Myconoid are both still alive, as are all of their belongings.
Their belongings are alive?
Well, they're intact. Bupito is not, and neither are most of his things, because none of his things are magical, and he got dissolved.
Without being too morbid, didn't Fargus have headwear that would be useful for us?
He did.
I forgot about Fargus. I was like, who's the halfling?
Yeah,
He-
I was just scrambling through my notes. So it was like
From-
halfling, right.
For as a professional consideration, he offers to. That was the basis of his offer. Besides that, you've worked with him. They were going to, of course, offer you respite, but he offers you endless respite and an apology for apparently not being able to. He was unaware that you had a murderer in your party.
To be
we
fair,
were
up
also
until
unaware.
recently, neither did we.
Yep.
They have disposed of the bodies.
Oh,
They kept your things, the equipment for you.
Yeah, so I wanna definitely pull away. Like I'll take any crossbow bolts that Fargus had. He had a hand crossbow, right?
There's 17 crossbow bolts,
Thank you.
some
And then,
goblets of night.
yeah, that's gonna be big for somebody.
Oh, is that good for darkness?
It
Dark
gives you
vision?
dark vision. Gives you dark
Oh,
vision.
sweet. I definitely need those.
What does that just say right there in your hands, right there?
Map to Dawnbringer.
So that was the map that Fargus says leads to Dawnbringer. He told you that he could, whether or not it was true or not,
all
he
right.
had told you that his party, if you don't recall, that most of you didn't recall he existed, Fargus was part of an adventuring party that came into the Underdark for the explicit purposes of locating an ancient artifact, and they were attacked and killed by spiders. He ran away. I'm sorry, gnolls. He ran away and was captured by spiders. You freed him. He said that he had a memory of it. He drew a map to the location. Generally, it's not a X marks the spot. It's more like travel 2 days generally north, then 1 day generally east, followed by 2 days generally hold shift and drag.
Thank you.
Oh, I took the wrong thing.
Are you kidding me right now?
It shifted. I went to grab the goggles of night.
Oh my god!
Shifted after you took the crossbow
There's
bolts.
gonna be another murder in the party.
Well, see, when he said, I was kind of laughing when he said, I didn't know that you had murderers in your party. And then, because at that point, we could have all cast pointed stares at pretty much anyone in the party.
Well, not smoke.
Yeah, of course, not smoke.
Okay, right.
So the general area of Dawnbringer is approximately here.
Oh my god.
Hey, we're
Oh
so
my
close.
god. And we want to take Stool back too, no?
Stool would very much appreciate going back to Neverlight Grove. That area is actually not. I mean, that's hundreds of miles. So
We're
when you're looking
relatively
at,
close.
so this is roughly, this whole area is a fungal area, and Stool says there actually are multiple fungal areas. If you zoom out,
Yeah, I see him.
the one to the left isn't, but like you see this whole area over here, this whole region,
Mm-hmm.
it's one fungus.
Oh
It's
wow.
kind of
Very
like
mu-
The Last of Us up in there.
And it's also no D&D lore, general information. It's actually considered in Dungeons and Dragons lore the largest single life form on the face of the planet.
Hmm.
Aramicus,
Yo,
I believe is
let's,
how it is pronounced.
let's go kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, no, what?
Imagine the experience.
I have a really, really good map of the Underdark. I am in the process of getting. It'll be on our game next session. So we'll deal with that.
Sounds good.
Blingden Stone is marked on here. It is. So some of the things that are marked on your map are. Let me pull up my map. I actually just have one. I think that's. Yeah, there we go. So generally, this is the area of Blingden Stone. The area of Menzoberranzan is here. And your goal is to find a way out of the city.
The Underdark, yeah.
Out of the
Stool
Underdark, yeah.
tells you that, I'm sorry, out of the Underdark, the stool tells you that the Myconids travel a great deal, but they don't go to the surface, but they may be aware of routes to the surface. Blingden Stone is also a potential route to the surface. On the Blingden Stone is probably a better bet because the gnomes do go to the surface sometimes, but Stool can't go to the surface.
Can't?
Myconids are not above ground creatures. Sunlight kills them.
Oh.
Interesting. We figure out how to kill the Myconid, the giant one.
For another day, for another day.
Hey,
We're
that's
gonna
fine. I have
dig
daylight
it up.
spell.
Um,
If we have any problems, daylight spell.
so sorry, the above where Dawnbringer is supposedly at, is that never sure what's the name of that?
Neverlight Grove. It's in that area. That entire area, like that whole area there, is an area marked and known as a huge fungal forest patch. Neverlight Grove is presumed to be in there. Stool knows that his home is in that general area. As you get closer, he'll be able to navigate you through the maze of fungal forest to pinpoint his home. But like that isn't the size of it.
Yeah.
He's in a Myconid colony, maybe 100 people, not tens of thousands like Gracklestug.
Right.
So what I'd like to do, they got rid of Fergus's body already.
They did. I mean, it's a body. What are you gonna do?
Talk to it.
Dragons gotta eat.
Oh, the
So
fucking
do
dragon ate it.
kobolds.
The dragon ate it, or they ate it.
They didn't say what happened to it. They said they got rid of it.
They definitely ate it. They're scavengers.
I'm totally invisible right now, but I guess I probably broke out of the invisibility to go freak out about the map.
Probably.
So I'm still invisible, but yeah. Yeah, I'll just say to Kosjurkis, Kosjurkis,
Yes.
it is me, Agile Smoke, invisible. Can
Hidden
you
is
ask?
not invisible, but yeah.
You're right. Can you ask them? Can you ask them to, like, is there anything left? Because if I can use the quill to talk to Fargus, I can find out if he was sincere about this map, and then
I mean, he drew it for you.
yeah, I mean, it's probably real, but it'd be good to talk to him. If we could, just to get some more info. I mean,
Okay.
Kosjurkis, the sorcerer is still with us, right? During all this?
He is.
And Kosjurkis asks him in Draconic, "My dear chap, what became of the bodies? My friend would like to know."
They fed them to the dragon.
Of course, of course. Wise
If
move.
not, what not?
Dragonade him!
I'm not sure exactly how the quill works, but perhaps if one of us were to go to the dragon's dung and then like figure out where Fargus is.
Yeah, I feel like that's a wasted effort. Pretty sure you can't communicate with processed dead.
Okay.
ABP already been processed.
Yep.
I like the
Mutated corpse, by the way.
I like how on one hand you think that question has never come up before, surely, but then on the other hand, I've been playing this game long enough to know that this is not even like the 100th time that question has come up. How much of a corpse do we need? Is poo not enough corpse?
Okay. I have a proposal. Let's go get Dawnbringer. Huh?
Where was that
Yes.
close to?
So listen, if I'm reading this map and I'm judging based on what we know of the Underdark, I'm thinking on the way to Neverlight Grove, we'll pass by the Dawnbringer. You know, maybe a day's journey outside of our regular path. But if our plan is to take Stool home, then head to Blingdenstone. Yes.
I believe that's the plan. Yes.
I don't have a problem with this.
Well, I suppose the one additional factor though was your family, wasn't it, though, Spirit?
It was,
Because
but
they were heading to Blingdenstone. I cannot remember.
We asked around in Gracklestug. We didn't find it. We didn't hear of any information.
No, but there was like a hint that we weren't even sure about how some Tabaxi were perhaps sold off or something, and they were on their way somewhere, right? Like, or something like that.
I don't know. I don't take good enough notes.
Can I take a history check on that? I know that definitely happened, but I didn't fucking write down where. I wrote down that they were ahead of us on the path. That was
Yes.
Yeah, it could have been
As
more.
best you knew, they were ahead of you.
But where ahead of me? Can I do a history check to see if I can remember that, or?
Yeah.
Not bad.
You had picked that up in Velkenvelv, I believe,
Velkenvelv.
where you were imprisoned,
Hmm.
according to my notes.
That's where they're heading to.
No, that's where. Oh, I apologize. I thought you asked where you learned that.
No. Where we I thought we learned that there was rumor of them
They
being.
were looking for a route to the surface on this side.
What do you mean by
Alright.
this side? What do you mean by this side?
I think he
They-
means
They traveled over from Maztica. That's where. Indomitable Spirit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think what he was trying to ask was, when we got the information of my character's family, of they were last seen heading toward, reports of Tabaxi being seen towards
Blingdenstone.
Blingdenstone. Yes.
Now I understand.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, maybe I guess maybe we rush and we take Stool with us for now, and then after we get your family, then we go Dawnbringer and Stool. I mean, I'm not worried about the time frame on Dawnbringer. It's been there for a while, presumably.
I still think that we should get Stool home first. The roads are
Yeah.
rough for him, but
Let's say I'm not too worried about my family. I would like to be reunited with them as soon as possible, but I know Razor and my son, and they have they're tougher than you might realize. I'm sure that they've they're fine. I'm sure
Are they also monks? Can they like fight?
Where do you think I learned my abilities from?
Holy shit!
Wait, I thought monks didn't mate.
Some orders do.
Oh,
Depends on your order.
another thing to write in my journal.
Mhm.
In my travels, I have never seen that before.
Weird flex, but okay.
Well,
Okay,
I have
so-
traveled for centuries.
Centuries.
I will flex.
Okay. Okay. So then we go to the like we spend the night here or whatever, then get the fuck out of here, yeah? And we go to Stool's home, but maybe along the way, stop off,
Mhm.
get the motherfucking Donnerbringer, yeah? Very nice.
Okay, poor rat.
All right. With that being said, do you guys have anything? So you're looking at Neverlight Grove, followed by Blingden Stone, unless you can find a way to the surface in Neverlight Grove.
I think we're going to Blinkstone regardless.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Unless, yeah.
So that is your intended course,
Hmm.
that general area.
Don't
I
forget
am
the
going
detour.
to-
Don't forget the detour.
Well,
Oh yeah, the Dawnbringer detour.
Yeah,
Dawnbringer detour.
yeah.
so, pardon me. I want to do the travel all at once. So,
Sounds good.
well, at least start it out consistently. So, what you guys can expect for the next couple games is it's been a while since you spent a good couple games in Gracklestug. You can expect traveling. They're going to provide you a Kobold guide to escort you to the shore of the Dark Lake in the direction you want to travel. It will last 2 days. It'll be 2 days of travel to the shore, and they'll provide you a guide, so they will just sail you there, essentially. You can provide your own food, things of that nature. After that, generally, Stool can give you basic information, 12-ish days of travel. Things we're going to be tracking are if the drow are following you, something I track, any combat issues, survival checks, as far as not counting when you have a guide. You're going to have to do navigation checks and food if you so choose. You have quite a bit of food, I believe.
I think we still have boot. Oh, yeah, I have that note for food.
And you have a spell for it too, I believe.
Yeah, I can cast Goodberry and it keeps everyone fed for the day and create or
And-
destroy water. I can.
And I don't know if I've ever explicitly talked about it, but with my natural explorer feat for being a Underdark Ranger or a Gloomstalker, difficult terrain doesn't slow us down. We can't become lost if we know like the general direction we're going by except like magical means. If somebody fucks with us, even when engaged in another activity while traveling, such as foraging, navigating, or tracking, I remain alert to danger at all time. Okay. I can travel more stealthily if I'm by myself, but I'm not. But when you forage, you find twice as much food as you normally would.
Oh boy.
So
That's
all
all
the
broken.
food.
if there's no food, I guess there's just no food. Fucked. But if I find,
Yeah, I mean, you can use the Goodberry or the foraging. Now that you guys, and that's actually pretty standard for level 5. You shouldn't be too overly concerned about starving to death while you have magical and ability means.
Mhm.
What's that?
that makes sense. Yeah.
So as you guys are traveling out from here, we're going to have roughly 12 days of travel. There is going to be I don't know exactly how many, but there is probably going to be a solid amount of time spent on the traveling. There's stuff you're going to see and do along the way. That's the Underdark flavor. I am of the opinion that a campaign in the Underdark should not involve traveling from point A to point B in one game session.
No.
Traveling should be its own. What were you going to say?
I was just gonna say I agree.
Yep.
Traveling should be its own event that separates the city and points of civilization event. So we're going to have multiple games about traveling depending on how you do things. You know, curiosity killed the kobold. This place is an outpost for you should you so desire. You can rest here for as long as you want. For the rest of tonight's game, I recommend those of you who have a strong desire to, you can take the time to go over magic equipment and stuff like that.
Okay.
Player's Handbook is available to you at the one I recommend. Kosjurkis, Spell Scrolls.
Yes.
You're looking for spell scrolls. I use a modified version of spells. It's pretty simple.
Okay.
The price is generated. I'm not sure if you know exactly how buying and selling works in standard, but they're going to you're still gonna have to buy the scrolls. Obviously, they're not gonna hand you a magic item. If you try to add it to your spell book and you fail, so let's take a level 2 spell for example. 50 gold per spell level, 4 hours per spell level, 2 hours per spell level. So if you have a
Sounds
level 2 spell scroll, you pay 100 gold and 4 hours, and you do an Arcana check. I believe I have it written down because I imagined you would ask that question. Let me scroll over to
One
my
of
notes.
these days.
Let's see, DC 10 plus spell level.
Okay.
You roll an Arcana check, DC 12. By book, it's destroyed if you fail.
Okay.
I've been tinkering it. My general rule is for this, it isn't destroyed. You just can't try it for. You can't attempt it again for a 10-day of of downtime activity.
Fair
Or
enough.
in this case, I'm going to need to think on it, but you're going to have to buy the scroll from them. But the upside is because a scroll is a consumable, it's 50% the cost of the standard magic item.
Right.
So if all the rest of you want to look at the player's handbook and potentially look at maybe upgrading your weapons, armor, masterwork, any equipment, healing potions, they have pretty much a few of. They have about 10 healing potions standard. Rolen, you can get your spell gem set up, but other than that, and Kosjurkis and spell scrolls, and Rolen, any questions you guys have?
Well, while we were in Gracklestug, I was probably going to look for some kind of flying creature. Like just kind of like probably not like an owl, but like something of the sort.
For what purpose?
Just have a little animal companion. Like
As in
like
magical or non-magical?
non-magical.
You're not
I'm
like
not.
summoning a familiar or anything, right?
No.
Okay, I have a creature. I don't have it that I think will fit with you for an Underdark creature. I don't have it on me. It's on my laptop, which is sitting at work. So
Yep,
let
no
me get
worries.
back to you on that. I can't remember how to spell it. See if I can pull it up real quick while we're doing this. I'd keep him in my Google Drive. He's in there somewhere. Was there any equipment you wanted to look at?
Me personally, probably not too much. Probably just a couple of healing potions, because I don't really need weapons and I don't really need armor.
Okay. Healing potions are 50 gold each, and there's 10. So for the whole party, if you want to pay 500 gold and get 10, whatever you guys want to do.
I'll grab 4.
Hmm.
Thank you, Roland.
What are you talking about? Those are mine. You guys get spells. I get these things. Whoops, not 54. 5.
This is not necessarily all the information your characters have, but
Mhm.
this is the information I'm going to show you to kind of give you guys perspective. I don't want to load it in game because it's like a 6 megabyte map. There's a screenshot of it in
Nice.
Discord. Ninzo Baranzan, Blingden Stone, Gaunt's Rim, and
Oh, this
other.
is a much nicer map to look at.
I'm in the process of shrinking this. It comes with a module that I really am a fan of. I'm in the process of converting it to Fantasy Grounds. I'm probably 20% done. But the big thing it offers, that is maybe 1/10 of the map. It shows the entire Underdark of Forgotten Realms.
Nice.
Shit.
So if you guys wanted to keep playing, that is not a problem. The
Cool.
creature's name is the Aasimar. That's the deep bat. So let me get back to you on that. I'll pull
Cool.
him up. Get you a little cute picture of him.
Because I can talk
Terrifying.
to beasts, kind of.
He is a beast.
I can talk to beasts, and then I can have them kind of scout ahead, ish.
Yeah, useful, nice.
All right, Agile, what are you looking to do?
Well. Masterwork light crossbow. Is that a thing I could get?
Light, yes. Hand, maybe. Light's easy.
I'll take light. Yep.
And if you already have a light crossbow, you can pay 150 gold, and it will be master.
Yeah, I do. So yeah.
The easiest thing to do is modify it like this. I changed it on your action tab just for demonstration purposes, and then also on your inventory sheet, you can write it out if you want to. But
Cool. Okay.
what you want to do, since it is that, put your cursor over the +8, hold down Control, roll your mouse wheel up 1. If you don't have a mouse wheel, I do it.
I have most of those. It's not going over it.
Oh.
Do I have to click? Do I have to click?
No, it looks like they took that out. So click on the magnifying glass to the right,
Mhm.
and just put 1 in the bonus.
Oh, okay. Yep. I'd have to put 3, but yeah.
Right, but add. I should have said add. My apologies.
Yes, that's
So
cool.
that's the effect of it being masterworked.
Does it also do anything to damage or no?
Nothing.
Cool. But still. Fuck.
If you get a +1 masterwork light crossbow, +2 to hit, +1 to damage.
Yeah. Cool.
It stacks.
I see. Very nice. Okay. Masterwork leather armor.
Masterwork leather armor would be 300 gold.
Ask. Okay, I won't do that
How much more gold do you need?
because I would also like to get a poisoner's kit. And then I'm Gucci.
How much gold do you need for the armor? I can spot you some.
Like I have enough.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah, no, I do have enough. Sorry, but I would have 5 gold left, all said and done. That's fine. No, wait, I don't have enough. No shit, sorry. I would need 50 more gold.
I can send you 50 gold. That's no problem.
Or 40 more gold. 40 more gold. Really?
I can send you 40 gold.
If that's cool, then I'd like to get the masterwork leather and then also a poisoner's kit for future endeavors.
Up to you. Go ahead and add it.
Oh, actually, how much is a Mastercraft shield then?
Well, it's
Or is that
masterwork.
even-
It's just
Masterwork.
armor,
Oh, okay.
unfortunately,
No worries.
for now.
Mm-hmm. And the masterwork's 1 AC, right?
Nope.
Oh.
It is a effect on your character that looks like this. So how it works is
Well, yeah, you
Oh, okay, cool.
If you were
Hey.
to take damage from your claws, you rolled. Oh, your claws suck. Let's use something else. You rolled a 7, but you took 6.
Oh, I see. So it takes
Could
one less
save your
damage.
life one day.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I've literally seen it do that in a game where someone's wearing it.
I'll take it because you
That's all it
never
does.
know. Cool. And then, yeah, then just a poisoner's kit. And then
Oh,
that's
we
all my
probably
money.
gave these amulets back. Don't have that anymore.
You can pull up the poisoner's kit from the adventure tools. Or I can do it for you if you can't find it.
Oh, can do, I'm sure.
Oh, that's you, Indomitable.
Where was the menu thing again?
I need you to be more specific.
You I'm sorry.
I'm gonna.
So where would I find the list of this masterwork stuff?
It's a quality attached to any armor.
I might just go with the armor myself. Considering how when we reach Blingden Stone and we level up, when I hit level 6, my unarmed strikes will start counting as magic attacks for purposes of resistance and stuff. I don't really think it would be worth it to go for a masterwork arm or masterwork weapon. I might just go
Fair
on
enough.
with the armor.
Okay. What armor do you have?
That's the thing. I don't actually wear armor. That was why I was asking earlier if I were to get any armor, would it provide any penalty to my dexterity or speed?
Playing a monk.
No.
So
But wearing armor wouldn't give penalty to your unarmored defense.
yeah, that's the thing. That's like, would it be worth it to go for this if there's going to be any net benefit or any?
Well, here's the thing. With all due respect,
Yeah.
you're not that fucking wise.
Yeah. No, I'm not.
So, I mean, up to you. Well, I'd have to look. I haven't looked at the monk abilities. Unarmored movement. While your speed increases while you're not wearing any armor or wielding a shield, that might bother you.
Yeah.
But unarmored defense is kind of junk.
The only reason why I'm kind of curious is because I know that I've been using mobile recently, and the extra 10 feet does add up after a while. But
Now
that
here's the question: does the 9th level ability of unarmored movement get blocked by wearing armor?
I
Where you
don't
can
know.
walk on walls and
Yes,
water.
Yeah.
There you go.
I
Okay.
believe it does. If you look at unarmored movement, it says at 9th level you gain the ability to move along vertical surfaces. So yes, it's included in unarmored movement. Your speed right now, what is
My base speed
Tabaxi
currently
hit plus 10?
Yes, because
I
my
never
base speed
remember.
currently is 50, and that's with unarmored movement.
Where does the second plus 10 come from?
Being a monk, being mobile.
The
Mobile.
mobile. That's
Mobile.
it. I knew it was in there. I just couldn't remember what it was. So
Yeah,
your
mobile.
speed would go down to 40.
Yeah. Hmm.
They give you -1 damage on hits to you, right?
Yeah, your
Yeah.
speed would go down by 10, and you wouldn't be able to use any of the monk running on walls abilities. But
And also water.
and water
Yep.
for -1 from damage from hits.
For the time being, I could go ahead and go with the armor, because if necessary, I could do what some shows will do is that if I have to, I could just strip the armor like mid-run.
Well, that's the other thing is that like by the time we're 9th level, like you'll probably have no worries about needing to wear armor
Yeah.
because you'll have another ASI by then too.
Oh yeah.
It's true. So then the question becomes, what kind of armor do you want? You want to at least leather gives a +1, which is equal to your wisdom. Studded leather is a +2.
I guess studded leather would probably, if there's nothing that, if there's anything I could wear that won't be a detriment to my dexterity, then
What's your dexterity?
dexterity is 16.
+3.
Yeah.
Studded
monks
leather is your
aren't-
best bet.
Sorry?
Monks aren't proficient in any armor.
Yeah, that's
So
what
does
I'm
that
looking
matter?
up right now.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to check is his proficiency because I
Not even light?
Nope.
No.
Really?
Not even shields.
That's the case. I guess we'll just go ahead and stay the course from what I'm doing right now. I don't even think I'm gonna bother with anything.
Well, look at I would
Masterwork,
suggest looking
nothing.
through- Look
there's
through
always healing
adventure
potions.
just in case.
Yeah, healing potions will work then.
How much rope do we have as a party?
I got 50 feet. Oh, actually, I got 100 feet. Never mind. For some reason.
I got 50, yeah.
All right. As we all know, you're actively losing at D&D if you don't have any rope.
It's true. It's true.
10-foot pole used to be on that list, but not anymore.
Mm,
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
What spell scrolls are you looking for there, Kosjurkis?
I'm scrolling through, and I'm not necessarily seeing. Maybe Melf's minute meteors is the only thing that's
Ooh.
really hopping out at me. Otherwise,
Nothing beats the good old Liamud's tiny hut.
also
Yeah, that's a
that.
good one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, would that be the same check for both? I'm assuming different ones.
Yes, separate checks.
Okay, I'll check for both of those.
Well, for you, in this atypical circumstances,
Mhm.
they are willing to provide scrolls to you.
Ah, I see.
They have access to their own magic. They can provide 3 scrolls to you of
Oh.
level 1, 2, or 3. You're going to have to pay for them.
Yeah. So for a third level scroll would be how much gold?
2D. Oh, it's an uncommon 1d6, please.
Sir.
100 gold for the first one.
Okay. Let me just double check where these actually exist. So that would be for just for order Melf's, and then for Liamon's tiny hut. Is that the
Yep.
same number? It's the third level.
Yes. They're all uncommon. First, second, third are all uncommon. They're going to cost the same.
Oh, okay, I see. And then for the final one,
That's not true. First level spells are common. That'll be cheaper. Let me pull those up. Just to make sure. I know Liam's tiny hut is third.
so
Mel's,
is
I believe,
Melf.
is second.
It's actually third.
It's second.
Minute meteor is not acid arrow.
Got it. Messed me up. So the meteor is definitely. What was the other one?
I was. How about animate dead? This feels like a fun thing to do.
It really is a cool spell.
All right, so Liamit's tiny hut, Mel's minute missiles, and animate dead.
But it's necromancy.
So we can kill him and bring him back and
It all
kill
depends on
him
how
again.
you use it.
Alrighty.
2 more d6s, please.
Yes, sir.
That's how much the scrolls cost in order.
Said so. Mel's, Liamit's, and animate. All right, I will purchase Liamit's tiny hut and animate dead.
Okay,
That's 400 gold.
looks like it.
Sounds good.
And all I need from you is 2 Arcana checks, DC 13 each.
All right. Fingers crossed. Oh yeah.
You can just deduct it and add them directly to your spellbook
Nice.
instead of adding them to your sheet and all that.
All right. All right.
All right.
Big purchase.
So, as for the general equipment, adventuring gear, poisoner's kit, I assume you added that. I didn't see it, but I assume
I did. Yeah.
anything you guys think of between now and then, you absolutely can do. If you guys want to take any, long resting periods, do bear in mind the drow were only delayed by 1 day, and they knew where you were. They knew you were in Gracklestug.
But they didn't know where we were going.
Your passage through Gracklestug is not what would be called subtle.
I would
Genocide
say
and civil war.
I would say most of what we do isn't exactly subtle.
Yeah.
So with that, let's go ahead and call the game an end here. We'll start travel to Neverlight Grove with a short detour trying to find Dawnbringer next game. And there will be some fun times along the way. When you reach Neverlight Grove, you will hit level 6.
Yay.
And then the real action begins.
And I will see you guys next week.
See you
All right.
later.
All right, take it
All
easy.
right, see you there.
Sounds good.
For those of you who are going to help me beta test this stuff, just give it a read. Let me know what you think.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
we'll do for sure.
Later.
Later.
Bye.